What is up, guys? Philosophical Pickle here. And before we start this stream, I just want to let you know, if you are sad in life, if you are depressed, if you're going through a lot of shit right now, I understand what's going on in the world. Watch this video. It will make you feel better. That Rascal Flatts, baby. Oh, oh, it's so bad.
I told you when I first saw this that I want anybody to tell me that the Flash, like Ezra Miller's Flash one, is bad from now on. Tom, what's his name again? Not Tom.
Tom
Welling. Tom Welling. That is the worst super speed run of all time, bro.
The effects are also pretty shitty.
Can you imagine Ezra Miller was doing that?
Well, it's mostly because the effects are shitty.
That's terrible, bro.
But yeah, what's up, guys? Philosophical Pickle here. I'm here with the Nerd Man, and this is a new segment that we're doing every Tuesday, where we're calling it Hot Take Tuesdays, where every Tuesday the Nerd Man and I are going to come on here. One of us is going to give a super spicy hot take about movies, television, actors, comic books, superheroes, just whatever the hell we want. So
and we're going to react to it. I'm going to react, or we will react to it live.
That's right. And Nerd Man, introduce yourself.
So yeah, I'm Nerd Man of Hot Takes Tuesdays, and that's my channel, Hot Takes Tuesdays. So this is kind of like something that I drummed up a while ago, and I thought like we could make this into a joint segment, and it will be kind of fun. And we came together and Philosophical Pickle, and I put a little different spin on it to make it a little bit more fun. So it should be cool. So tell me, man, what is your hot take?
So today's hot take, it's a very spicy hot take. It's a take that I don't think many people have, but I think that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson should not be Black Adam. He is completely wrong for the role of Black Adam. And throughout the course of this video, I will tell you why. And I don't know what Nerdman really thinks. I think that he doesn't completely agree with me, but just your first thoughts. What are your initial thoughts to me saying that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson sucks?
I have to hear more. I don't necessarily agree, but there's certain things I do agree with you on that. But I have to hear a little bit more. So what on earth would make you think what is probably seen as the most perfect comic accurate casting in history could be possibly a bad casting? He actually looks like a comic character.
Maybe he might look like him, but that's not enough. All right, let's pull up some bullshit.
Look at that muscles. Look at those. Look at the pecs on that. Look at the pectorals, the biceps, the definition. The man's a human. Look at that. Look at that. You would want to either beat a chicken to death with it or eat it as a drumstick.
Okay.
Those beautiful muscles, the definition, the biceps, the triceps. He's twice the man that both of us are collectively together.
Yes, I understand that. But all right, let's already go to our first comment. Superwise, back when he was first cast and he still has some hair left, I thought The Rock was perfect as Black Adam. Even now, I think The Rock is a great choice as Black Adam. He's physically intimidating. I had a feeling that you would disagree with me, Superwise, because I just had a feeling that because I haven't heard anybody have this opinion that I've had.
That's fucking crazy.
Let me tell you when you look at this man, what's the first thing that comes to your head? Like, Junior, what's the first word? When you see The Rock in any movie, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
It doesn't matter what I.
The first thing that comes to your head is, that's The Rock. That's The Rock. The Rock is an entity. The Rock, my problem with The Rock being any superhero, not just Black Adam, is the fact that The Rock has become more than movies now. He is such a huge movie star. He is so big. He has eclipsed just stardom. He is The Rock. Any role that he plays, I'm just going to look at it and think, oh, man, that's The Rock. He's pulling me out of it. Like, it's like if Adam Sandler, in an Adam Sandler movie, even in Uncut Gems, you think, that's Adam Sandler. It's hard not to see him. The Rock is just too much to be anything, especially Black Adam, because The Rock is a terrible actor. I get that he looks like him, but damn, the number one job of an actor is to act. What do you think?
Can you pull that out of my? Sorry, I was going to say, click on it and click it off my face. But
no.
Right,
if you disagree with me, you get covered.
Look, I vehemently disagree with that. Okay, so first of all, The Rock adds star power to the Shazam franchise. That's the first thing that I want to say. The Rock is like good casting in terms of just the star power he adds to the Shazam franchise. I have problems with The Rock and the way he's been acting recently in terms of the DCEU, because it seems to me that he doesn't believe that he believes he's too big to be just a Shazam villain. And he thinks that he wants to be like a Justice League villain, that he's that level of villain that is Black Adam, is that level of villain that he should be taking on the whole of the Justice League. And I think that's bullshit. And if that happens, then he can go fuck himself. But, he needs to get his ass in gear, know his role, and get into the fucking Shazam movie, and get into this Shazam sequel. I don't think he's even the villain in the Shazam sequel, and that's bullshit.
He's not. You're going to wait till the third movie to bring Black Adam in? That's ridiculous.
You're going to wait till the third movie till the whole franchise collapses, and then you're going to come in. The franchise will have collapsed by then, and he probably won't even get a third movie. It's really, really sad. All it needs is people to get eyes on Shazam. I know you don't like the Shazam show, so I'm on the Shazam film, so I'm really talking.
I don't dislike it.
I thought you disliked it.
No, my boy Geek Speak. Subscribe to Geek Speak on YouTube. He dislikes it. I'm in the middle. I think that it was okay. Okay.
Well, anyway, so basically, his presence in a Shazam film, for me, justifies his lack of acting talent. And he's got the charisma. He's got the charisma to pull off a compelling villain, and he hasn't played a villain before, so that's another selling point.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm going to rip into you.
Wait. Let me finish this point. That's another selling point to come see Shazam. What I care about is Shazam in this. Is he good for the Shazam franchise? I think he is good for the Shazam franchise. I don't think he's good for being a villain in anything else. And I think the selling point for him being in a Shazam movie is that he's going to be a villain. And nobody's seen The Rock be a villain before. So that's my point.
So,
that's counterpoint.
Now, before we get into this and I rip into you, and I rip into anybody who likes The Rock, which I like The Rock as a person. Fun fact,
awesome.
When I was a kid, I had a documentary about The Rock, like a 6 DVD documentary, because he was my favorite wrestler. He's not a good actor, though. I'm not hugely...
Is it the journey of Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
The
epic journey of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I don't know. It's a black DVD, and he's doing his thing, and there's lightning on the cover.
Yeah, it's an awesome documentary. If that was the one, yeah, exactly. They did, go on.
I'm not well versed in Black Adam lore, so Nerdman, if you could tell me a little bit about Black Adam from the comics, and then I can bounce off of that, because I don't know a lot.
Well, Black Adam basically is not going to fit into the DCEU because of some certain things that Zack Snyder's done in terms of the Justice League. But essentially, Black Adam is an Egyptian. He was an Egyptian slave. Basically, he was a slave in ancient Egypt, and when what's his name? Basically Shazam, the wizard Shazam, was looking for his first champion. He chose Tef Adam, who is Black Adam's other name, Tef Adam. And he chose this slave, but the slave, when he was given the powers of Shazam, was so bitter about how the slave masters had treated the slaves that he became a ruthless, brutal superhero who was just out of control. And he was killing everyone instead of, just being like just and whatever. He was just murdering people who got in his way. And eventually he became like almost the king of the land. And the wizard Shazam realized that he'd done basically the wrong thing by giving Tef Adam this power. And so I don't, it goes different in different versions, but, somehow he gets put in a state of sleep or whatever, or, over many, many thousands of years. And he doesn't wake up again until, Shazam comes on the scene. And then he comes into modern civilization. And he sees how corrupt modern civilization is, and he wants to, take out all the kings and stuff like that and rulers of modern civilization in brutal ways. Shazam has to basically come in and stop him from ruling the world, essentially.
Okay, so everything that you just said, there's some badass things there, some good character stories, some good nuance there. Do you really think The Rock can nail any of that? Look at this picture right here. This is the last time The Rock tried to do anything out of his comfort zone, and it was a complete failure. The biggest thing about this movie, now I agree The Rock has the physicality. It's Hercules. The last time that Rock had hair in a movie, I checked. The Rock has been bald for 7 years. Now, the biggest thing, I agree that The Rock looks super-wise. I agree with you. The Rock looks like Black Adam. Oh, he's perfect. You don't have to put him in a padded suit. But an Egyptian accent is even harder to do than a British accent. And he sucked at a British accent in Hercules. Do we really want The Rock just destroying?
What are you talking about? His English accent was amazing in Hercules. What are you talking about? Did we watch the same movie? His English accent was that. No.
He did a British accent about as well as I can do one. Just any guy off the street who does an accent, he sounded like this.
That's super impressive, Pickle. That was super impressive, and it was only a little bit less impressive than The Rock's one.
Oh my god! So do you think
he can do it? It was awful. I didn't know what he was trying to do, but he's got a deep, bassy voice, and that kind of works anyway. He kind of sounds strangely unreal anyway, in a way. He doesn't sound typically American, so I think he can kind of do enough to,
He will butcher an Egyptian accent. I looked it up. It's way harder to do. He will not. They have to write the character differently and downgrade him so that The Rock can fit. Like, you can find somebody else who looks like Black Adam, who is buff. You can pad the suit like Zachary Levi, which kind of looks stupid. But it's just his physicality shouldn't be enough. It's not good enough to look like the character. It's kind of like
I'm trying to think, when was he cast and why?
He was cast in 2014. It was when the first talks that I could find happened. 2014, 7 years. 7 years of waiting for this damn movie. It better be phenomenal, and it won't be.
Because he was a fan cast before he was cast as Black Adam.
Yeah,
right? He was a major fan cast for Black Adam, and I think he must be the only fan cast in history that they've actually gone with.
I'm trying to think.
Because in a way, I completely see where you're coming from. Like, basically, he is not like a talented actor. But I think his box office potential eclipses usually his lack of acting talent, and he's got such charisma There's no denying the man has fucking charisma.
Okay, now
And you can use that to, if he can use that and channel that into an evil character in a way that he hasn't done before, that is a draw for the movie. So I think that's
I'm all for actors evolving and changing. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna lay a blanket statement out there. I do not think The Rock can change. Let's take a look at the. What's up?
Remember to give us a high five, give us a hands up there, or a thumbs up. Do click that like button, helps the algorithm a lot. But go on.
Yeah, and click the like button, comment, tell me what you think. If you hate my face, if you hate this hot take, whatever, man. Let's look at the Rock's filmography real quick. And
I was going to look at some of these quickly, but anyway, go on.
Let me just. I'm just gonna name off about 20 of these. Okay.
Yeah, but look at
I'm
his
talking
face,
about Faster. And I'll tell you how all of these movies are connected when I'm done. Faster, Fast 5, Journey 2, Snitch, G.I. Joe, Fast and Furious, Hercules, Furious 7, San Andreas, Moana, The Fast and Furious.
Instant classic.
Baywatch, Jumanji,
Instant
Rampage,
classic.
Skyscraper, Fighting with My Family, he was himself, Hobbs and Shaw, Jumanji, Jungle Cruise. Every single one of these movies, The Rock is just a guy in a gray t-shirt. He's bald. He looks the same in every role. He plays The Rock. Every single role he's ever played other than, here, I wrote it down.
And I love it. He actually, in his latest role as playing, he's done a TV show about his life. He's actually playing himself, The Rock. So he's gone full circle. So he plays The Rock in every thing, and then he made a vehicle about himself. He's just going to be
The Rock. He's just going to be The Rock as Black Adam, and it's going to take us out of it. He isn't capable. The only movie where he's ever been, I think, truly above average was Gridiron Gang. I love that movie. The Rock was really good in Gridiron Gang. That, Jumanji, and Pain and Gain are three movies out of his 50 that he's ever been different.
Skyscraper was pretty good, where he played the disabled guy. Come on, man.
He was The Rock with one leg, dude. He was The Rock.
That took acting skill. That took acting skill. I believed he had one leg in that movie.
Because the prosthetic was so good.
Yeah, but that's acting, isn't it?
Dude, The Rock. So
that's acting. I believe he had one leg.
I don't think he's capable. Where does I know Black Adam becomes?
I believed that he was a skyscraper.
Now the Black Adam, I know he becomes an anti-hero, and that's kind of what The Rock is going to go for. But this is his origin movie, they said, where he's going to be a slave. It's going to be him getting back at his slave masters, fighting the JLA. And The Rock has never played the only time he's ever played a villain was in Scorpion King, and he was terrible. He has too much charisma for Black Adam. Black Adam loves to fight. He loves gruesome murders. He loves to take, he's not like these superheroes who won't kill. If he sees somebody that he doesn't like, he will murder them with a smile on his face. I don't think The Rock can sell that, especially with an Egyptian accent. What do you think?
I don't think he's going to bother with an Egyptian accent. I think he's just going to be deep and kind of try and do something, try and rid a little bit of the American accent. I don't think he's going to go for the.
Does that not bother you at all? That they have to change the character from the comics to so The Rock can fit it? They have to actually make the character worse to make The Rock be able to fit the role, just so we can have some cool action scenes. The Rock has too much charisma.
I want to see The Rock trying to beat up and kill kids.
I mean, that would be funny.
I just want to see it.
But that's the thing, dude. I guarantee
The Rock trying to beat up what's the girl who plays Darla Dudley in this movies? Darla Dudley's the black girl in the Shazam family. And she's played by a little. She's played by a little tiny girl. I want to see The Rock just punch her in the face.
I think the best that we can hope for is that this movie will be funny to laugh at. It's going to be, dude. And we'll get to the casting of the rest of the movie and why I think it's not going to work. But what are your thoughts about
Do you want my honest opinion on this?
The
Okay.
honest opinion about
no,
the facts that I just put towards you, and yeah, what do
no
you think?
sarcasm aside.
What do you think?
I think this was an ego trip, and I think that he's kind of derailed the franchise that he's in because of his ego. And I love The Rock. I think The Rock is a great guy, but you know, he has got a bit of an ego on him, and fairly, you know, rightly so. He's achieved a lot in life, and he believes in himself, and that's fair enough. And he believes he can do anything. And again, I salute him for having that attitude, and he also tries to spread that kind of positivity amongst other people. So I like that about him. So it's nothing against him. Look, this isn't an Oscar movie, and this is coming from someone who's a huge Shazam fan. You know how much of a Shazam fan. I've got a freaking Shazam poster here, and I love Black Adam as a villain. I think he's one of the best, most underrated DC villains. But in the end, it is fucking Black Adam. You can get away with not doing the Egyptian accent a little bit. And that can be sacrificed a little bit for how big a presence he'll be in the movie. My only massive problem with him playing the role, if it was another bad actor, I probably would be on the same page as you. But I think Dwayne Johnson just brings too much to the table to just dismiss him like that. And I think he'll be a fun presence in the movie. You know, we've already seen Arnold Schwarzenegger do Mr. Freeze. That wasn't great. Hopefully he'll be better than that, and the material will be better. But if it works, it's going to work really well, like gangbusters. So, and I don't think people are going to be too bothered about the Egyptian
So
accent.
you're saying
they don't know.
You're saying that the ceiling for how good it is better than the floor of how bad it can be.
Yeah, essentially. I think he'll play off the type of movie that Shazam is, right? If he plays against Shazam. Now, I am totally against if he goes off and tries to do a Superman versus Black Adam movie. Fuck him. if that's what he does, I'll be pissed. That's a Shazam villain. Let him be in Shazam. If he tries to be a Justice League villain, I'm done with him. It's a Shazam villain. Let him fight Shazam. If Henry Cavill wants to come back or anything like that, let him fight Brainiac. Everybody's been waiting for a Superman Brainiac movie for years. I don't even know how long I'm gonna live. You know, like I'm not gonna say that actually. It's a bit too dark. But I don't know how long I'm gonna live, man. And I want to see a Superman Brainiac movie before I fucking die. And I don't need Superman facing a Shazam villain. And Shazam desperately needs it. The box office was not big enough for Shazam, even though it was a good movie and it was a crowd pleaser. And I think part of the problem was, you know, it didn't have that big name draw. All of the main characters were just not big names, you know, to draw in crowds. I think The Rock can fix that and put some eyes on this franchise. So for that alone, I'm accepting of the limitations he has acting-wise. That's my position.
Okay, so I respect that. The one thing that I did write down is that he will get asses in seats. That movie, like, if his movie alone will probably make at least $800 million because it's The Rock. If they market it right, they can have gold on their hands. But that's not good enough. Like, I know Marvel, DC, all of these studios, the number one goal at the end of the day is to make money. But I want more than that. And yes, it will be, I think, electric to see The Rock and Zachary Levi on screen together. But isn't like the relationship between Shazam and Black Adam, isn't it fun because Shazam is so lighthearted? He's poking fun at him, making jokes because he's a kid. And it's funny because Black Adam is so serious and he wants to battle. And they bounce off each other in that way. I don't want to see Zachary Levi throwing quips and then The Rock throwing his rock quips like, I'm about to bust a hole in your ass. Like, I don't want to, I'm about to put my foot in your candy ass, Shazam. I don't want to see The Rock's charismatic personality come out when he's fighting Shazam. I want to see Shazam Shazam poking fun at him, talking about like, why are you taking this? Like he did Dr. Savannah. He's like making fun of the fact that he was so serious. That worked. I don't want to see The Rock just be The Rock. It's going to completely take me out of it. And another thing, it's a small little thing, but damn it, The Rock has been bald in every movie for 7 years, and Black Adam's hairline is an iconic look. I think that Black Adam's Vegeta hairline, like the Rock is not gonna, he's gonna be bald. We saw in the concept art, he's bald in every movie. I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock is wearing a gray T-shirt with a lightning bolt on it, because that's what he looks like in every movie. It's going to completely take me out of it.
Dude, you just gave me a really bad image. I really hope he doesn't play it like that. I want him to play it serious.
Do you think he will? Like, genuinely, The Rock.
All right, well, we're going to find out in the Rock's Black Adam movie. Now, one thing I want to say about the Black Adam movie, I do not need that movie being Fast and the Furious with the Black Adam. I do not need that movie being an Aquaman-style movie. That's going to piss me off. I really worry about that. I worry about the tone of that movie, that he's just going to get a silly action writer who can do some maybe great visuals, action writer, and then a director who can do some great visuals, but it's going to be great visuals over a terrible script. Now, I really want this script to be a strong introduction to this character, and I worry about, I don't know, like, I need to read more Black Adam solo stuff. I mainly read Black Adam when he interacts with Shazam, and I need to read more Black Adam solo stuff to get a hold of what his origin story is, because I don't know how much JLA are involved in his backstory, because he is from ancient Egypt. So it feels like they're going to be doing a lot of time jumping in the movie, which I think also might cause a little bit of whiplash when you're watching the film, right? Going all the way from ancient Egypt and straight skipping to modern day. And and is this in the continuity of Man of Steel? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's all in the same universe. I mean, unless, dude, now that the Snyderverse is kind of dying and they're trying to push it away, they're probably doing rewrites as we're speaking. They're rewriting anything that was in the Snyderverse out of it. I think before, like, let's say the past couple of years, I think the script was definitely had some nods to the Snyderverse, but I think now they're going to completely. But The Rock is like pro Snyderverse, so he's probably fighting to keep that stuff in there. So I'm guessing there will be a few nods.
So how is it that all of these superheroes existed before Superman? That's what I don't get. Like Wonder Woman, they've kind of explained badly, but at least they've kind of explained. Batman, a little bit they've explained, like he's been in the shadows and stuff like that. How is you're gonna have Black Adam and all of these guys before Superman? Because that,
I guess, it's
modern day. So
I mean, I don't mind that.
Strange. Well, Superman was the announcement of the superhero in the world. So people were like, "Oh my God, there's superheroes in the world." So if,
that's true, I think.
So if that's the case, there's also the problem I really have, like with the Snyderverse, is that we're so used to these Justice League killing their villains. That is it going to be that extreme when we see Black Adam actually take out a villain, right? Like, or take out like people that he presumes are villainous.
He's gonna murder.
Is it just bad because Black Adam's doing it? And final point, which really, really worries me. This is the biggest thing that worries me about what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been saying about Black Adam, is he seems to be presenting him as an anti-hero, and he isn't an anti-hero. He's a fucking villain. You know, he's not. Yeah, like basically, he seems to be presenting this case that he wants him to play like a almost semi-heroic character, but with a dark side. And I don't like that, especially if you're going to try and have that interaction with Shazam.
Dude, look at the plot. The plot synopsis. It says Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is playing the anti-hero Black Adam. Like, it doesn't say the villain. It's the anti-hero. They're gonna push him. his cares. Like we're gonna see him murdering people, but we're gonna like him because he's The Rock. He's so likable. It's the same thing with John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I'm not supposed to freaking laugh at Mr. Fantastic because he's funny and he's hot. I laugh at Mr. Fantastic because he doesn't understand situations because he's so smart. He's so disconnected. John Krasinski can't do the intelligent. I don't see John Krasinski as a genius, and I don't see The Rock as a murdering psychopath that rules a nation. I see The Rock as Lobo. The Rock could be Lobo, but Black Adam?
He's supposed to be Saddam Hussein if he had powers. That's the best way to describe what Black Adam's supposed to be. He's like a more sophisticated Saddam Hussein who had powers, and he rules the nation with an iron fist. His nation of Kandak, exactly. And so again, I really don't want to see him trying to, because he's scared of playing a villain, or he doesn't think that being a villain fits in with his, with his brand or whatever. No, you signed up to play Black Adam. Black Adam's a villain. Play him as a villain.
I agree. I mean, and I looked into it. He does team up with the JLA at some points, but it's really for his own self-interest, and he'll like kill anybody to save his country, kind of like Dr. Doom. Like, even if he's with you, he will rip you in half if you fuck with his people. And let's read a couple comments here, and then I'll talk about the cast of the movie. Nerdman has officially edified the stream. I'm a bust a hole in your ass. Yeah, that was. I mean, that's probably the level of writing.
The shit out of me when you said that. I suddenly had a flash of, oh no, is he gonna actually do that?
No, but dude, seriously, think about it. Think about the he's gonna bring his persona, and The Rock. He helps write all of his movies. Like he let, like, kind of like Robert Downey Jr. helps with Iron Man's dialogue. The Rock, he can't help himself. I mean, it's like he brings in money. He's The Rock. People love him, but he is so likable. He is such an icon now. It's like, I said, it's like if Adam Sandler, like everyone knows Adam Sandler. Everyone knows him. Like if he tried to play Green Lantern, I'd be like, fuck no, you're Adam Sandler. Now, The Rock shouldn't not play Black Adam roll credits.
Yeah.
I thought you agree with me, Geek Speak. He should not play. I don't know. I was going to get to this super wise, but Pierce Brosnan is perfect as Dr. Fate. Freaking love that casting. Pickle, please tell me you approve of that casting. I'm in the middle. We're going to get to the casting in a couple minutes. I will get to that. Shazam is in the Snyderverse, so Black Adam is in the Snyderverse. No matter how many times they say they want to move away from it, the DNA is still in there. I agree. The whole base of this whole universe is built on the Snyderverse, and
I'm pretty sure this is set earlier. I think this is set in the 1960s or even earlier, I think. And if he was around being a superhero, then it doesn't fit in with Man of Steel, because he's clearly going to be openly out there as a superhero. So narratively, it doesn't fit.
Well, it said apparently he's going to be a slave, and then he's going to like get the powers, and he's going to travel and fight the JLA at some point. So I don't know. What about Geek Speak? I'm going to get to all the casting in 1 second. Hollywood Heartthrob is a superhero. What's up, Nerdman?
No, I was going to say the casting mainly sounds to me like a Fast and Furious movie. Really, that's what worries me about it. But
don't say it. I'm going to say it. All right, he shouldn't play Black Adam, period. Okay, I agree with you. Black Adam solo movie is going to be set up Shazam 3. But like, what is the DC universe going to look like by the time Shazam 3 comes out in 2030, or 2028? Like, how much of a mess are we going to be? We're going to be just treading through muddy waters of these terrible decisions they're making.
Yeah.
WB is just a mess. Damn. Okay. So let's real quick talk about the casting of the movie as a whole. and why I'm worried about this movie. Let me pull it back up.
And I think we should wrap it up then after that, so that we keep it in time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it hitting an hour, but I know you're tired.
No, not even that. I just think so,
Oh, I got some more things to say, nerd man. You trying to cut me off?
Oh no.
So okay, here we go. The cast of Black Adam, Noah Centineo, he sucks. He's in a bunch of these teen rom-coms, and he's so bad. And he's playing Atom Smasher, but what do you think about him?
He looks like he's been smashed somehow. I don't.
He looks like the Rock's son. Like
he looks like the Rock's kid. I don't know. Atom Smasher. It's silly, isn't it? I mean, like
he's kind of like Giant Man. I think like he grows big.
Yeah, it's silly. I just think that's silly. But fine, whatever. It's again Fast and the Furious style casting. Not into it.
Yeah. Aldous Hodge. That's my favorite casting of the movie. In Invisible Man. He was in Straight Outta Compton. I think he's really good for Hawkman, and it makes sense that Hawkman would be black. I'm completely fine with that. I think he looks the part. I don't think Hawkman is so big that you have to have a great actor, but he's good enough. I think that's probably the best casting in the movie. Demon Hunzhao, Hansu.
Wizard. I like him as the Wizard, but the guy they originally had as the Wizard was much better.
Who'd they have?
Well, you'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I think he was good. His wig and beard were very bad, but he's good. I don't know who Sarah Shahi is. I've never seen Quintessa Swindle. She could be great. I have no idea. And then Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Pierce Brosnan is also one of those Fast and Furious castings to where all he's ever in are just lame action movies.
Which one?
Pierce Brosnan. He's in lame action movies, like straight to DVD action movies.
Oh, but he's a good actor though.
And Mamma Mia. Genuinely, what has he been great in? I don't know. I've never seen him in anything great.
Well, the James Bond movies for starts, but what about the Robin Williams movie, Mrs. Doubtfire? He's really good in that. He's a good actor. He's a solid actor. Whenever I never think he's the problem. It's that what's this guy's name?
Okay, you're right. He was in The Foreigner. He was good in The Foreigner. So okay, I know that Dr. Fate is on the older side. He has gray hair in the comics sometimes, but like, is he 70? Like, I looked at Pierce Brosnan. He's almost 70 years old, and is he only going to be in one movie? I mean, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm not as. I saw your video about him. I'm not as excited.
Look up on a separate page. I'm going to send you a private comment. Look up on a separate page this actor, because he was going to play the Wizard, Shazam's Wizard before, and it was perfect fucking casting.
That guy. Oh, what is that guy in? He's in a superhero property.
I don't know. I can't remember. I know that everything I've seen him in, he's really good, but he would have been an awesome fucking wizard.
Oh, dude, he looks like a wizard.
He looks like the wizard from the comics as well, man. He would have been perfect.
I think that would have been better. So the whole cast as a whole, I'm not exactly excited for it. I think the worst casting out of all of them is probably The Rock or Atom Smasher, because dude, go look at that Noah Centineo. He's not good. He's literally like a Nickelodeon type actor. Oh,
yeah, I know.
He's so bad.
He seems like it's like pretty bad. But the whole cast, it's all right. It's all right. I think the problem that DC is having right now is that they they can't attract good talent because of the mess that they've made of their universe. So they've had to go for, not great kind of actors to take these roles. You know what I mean? Like before they were attracting the top actors, best of the best. They could get as good actors as the MCU essentially. But now MCU's like just fucking swallowed up the big stars, in Hollywood, and the DC is just trailing behind. And I think Black Adam is really a casualty of the beginnings and failings of the initial DCEU.
I would agree with you. And one more thing that makes me worried about this movie is the director of it. His fantastic auteur filmography is House of Wax, Goal 2, Orphan, Unknown with Liam Neeson, Nonstop with Liam Neeson, Run All Night with Liam Neeson, The Shallows with Blake Lively, The Commuter with Liam Neeson, and Jungle Cruise. This is not the guy that I want directing any movie in the DC or Marvel. Like,
oh wow.
I'm hoping that he can surprise. He's one of those directors that has just never made a fantastic movie, and he'll surprise us. But look at this list of movies that he's made. Just generic action movies and weird horror movies.
So it's going to be a generic action movie. They're so stupid.
So like everything is shaping up for this movie to look bad.
You've convinced me. You fucking convinced me.
Yes!
I agree wholeheartedly. I didn't know that. That's the movies he's done.
I didn't know until last night. I was like, oh wait, the director might save it. And then I looked, and I was shocked.
I didn't even know the director had been announced. Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
That's what they're going with for Black Adam.
Oh, super wise, dude. You got it backwards. Ralph Fiennes is Magneto. Ralph Fiennes would be perfect as Magneto. Or Professor X.
Or Professor X. Ralph
Fiennes. Oh, dude, he would be the perfect Magneto.
He could do anything. He could do anything. There's no. He could do Professor X. He could do. But look, dude. Hashtag Liam Neeson as Black Adam. Yeah. Here's my worry now. So it's just going to be a generic action movie. You've got one of those characters who actually has a pretty good origin story. It's kind of tragic. The man was a slave under, under the brutal rule of the Egyptian Empire. This is perfect. This is a perfect place for DC to do what it does best. Give some depth to the story. Don't just make it a generic comic book action movie. Do something visually and thematically kind of stunning. And he's just going for a stupid action movie. Yeah, he's lost me, bro.
Yeah, so let's give our final thoughts here about the whole thing. Dude, Ralph Fiennes, he needs to be in a superhero movie. Have you seen the trailer for The King's Man?
Yeah, I have. It's good. It's good. But dude, it's not great, but it's good.
I'm excited for that.
I didn't like the second one. The first one was awesome, but
the second one was way too. The second one was like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The first one was great, and the second one they just amped it up so much, and it was just an overload. But dude, Ralph Fiennes, if anybody hasn't seen Grand Budapest Hotel, that's one of the best performances of all time. Ralph Fiennes in that movie. That is an amazing movie.
He's great.
So my whole deal, and I guess you kind of agree, and I agree with some of your points, is that the tone, the director, The Rock himself, the accent, the look of him, just every element of this movie has me worried. And I want to watch The Rock fight Shazam. Like, that'd be cool, but I can't get past the fact that, like, Shazam is ready to fight. Shazam! And there's this epic moment, and the camera pans, and it's The Rock, like, doing his eyebrow. It's going to completely take me out of it. He has too much. There is such thing as too much charisma.
Why did you keep doing this to me, man? I didn't.
You know it's going to happen
in my head.
Dude, he's
I
gonna raise
didn't
his
add this.
eyebrow.
He is gonna raise his eyebrow. He's definitely
Some
gonna raise his
electricity.
fucking eyebrow.
Dude, some
Oh
electricity is
man,
gonna like go into his eyebrow. But
you've
it's
just
like I said,
fucking.
Daniel
I was
Day-Lewis.
semi excited about the movie, and you've just ruined it for me
I'm
tonight.
sorry to ruin your
You
day.
ruined
But,
all of it. Like, yeah, it's going to be directed by this guy. He is going to do the people's eyebrow the first time he conflicts with
done.
fucking Shazam.
Dude.
He's definitely going to do that. That's his stick.
Not one, not two, not three, but 4 generic Liam Neeson action movies. Like, what is this movie gonna look like? Genuinely.
To be fair, though, I
movie.
do like Liam Neeson generic action movies, especially the one where he fought wolves. That was Liam Neeson is just like he fights
The Gray?
ninjas.
Dude, the
Batman.
Gray. The Gray's not a. It's not a generic. That's like not a generic action movie. That movie has depth. It makes you think about like the human condition. The movies this guy directed are generic action movies.
No,
sorry,
I'm
continue.
just saying. Usually, when Liam Neeson is doing anything, I can just like watch him fight, like search for his daughter and kill.
He
like,
rocks.
fucking,
Liam Neeson rocks.
He's just awesome. And then he went off and fought wolves. I was like, dude, you're fighting wolves now. This is amazing. But yeah, you're right. That movie is a bit more. It has a little bit more depth. Why didn't they get the director of that? Like, why this director to do this movie? Oh man, that is really disappointing. That is truly, truly disappointing.
Yeah.
Who's the screenwriter?
Let's go look.
Let's have a look at the screenwriter, please.
Yeah, because that dude, I think I've always said it. The number one most underrated person in any film is the writer. Like, the base of any great movie is a script, and writers don't get near enough credit. Near enough.
No. So yeah, while you're doing that, look it up on IMDb or Google. I don't know. Share it. I hope you maybe share the screen. While you're looking at, I'm hoping for the best. New directors have surprised us in past. Look out for those set photos in a month. I'll definitely be covering them. Yeah. Super wise. Hell yeah, Kingsman.
How much do you guys want to bet that The Rock will be bald in this movie? I will bet anything.
That doesn't bother me as much as you.
I know.
Like,
it's just like he can't even bother himself to change his look in any movie.
I didn't know it was so far along and it had like directors and
writers. Oh no, I'm sorry. These are the writers of the comic. It says the writers of this movie are Adam Sitskill, Rory Haynes. Okay, so we got Adam Sitskill, who has written We're the Millers 2, Spy Guys, and Undateable. Okay.
We're the Millers 2?
Yeah,
I was going to say, We're the Millers is not that bad.
It's in development, I think. Let me go back to it.
Kind of all funny stuff, so they're trying to make it comic. God damn it.
And I think he's
trying to make Black Adam a comedy. So
we got that. We have
fucking idiot.
Sohrab Noshivarani. It looks like they got somebody of a different nationality because maybe he knows how to write these characters more. He has written on the Informer and the Mauritani.
Open that up.
The Mauritian.
Open it up. See what the ratings are like on that. Just quickly.
It is good.
Okay,
kind of.
What is it? 75? That's not bad.
It just came out, it just came out last month.
And it's got 7.5.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a good writer. But at least we have a good writer.
And then Rory Haynes, who has written. Oh, he's also written everything the other guy wrote. I guess they're partners. They write together on everything.
Okay, so we've got some good writers.
Maybe, because there are a lot of people in the MCU who I didn't know who they were, and then they wrote a good MCU movie. So
7.9, 79, dude. All right, we've got good writers. All right.
So maybe, but how much great dialogue can you write for The Rock in an Egyptian accent? They can write the best script ever, and The Rock is just going to be The Rock. And that's
Dude,
my main point.
They can, as long as it's got good writers, I've got a little glimmer of hope, because some directors, like they might make trash films or be attracted to making trash films, but at least visually they're very good, right?
Yeah.
And then if you pair that, the director being visually quite good with a good writer, you've got maybe something. So
yeah, well, I'm about to share my screen for my last thoughts. This is the last thing I'll say. Let me get to this real quick. So yeah, I mean, I get
one of my favorite villains as well.
I get why they're doing. He's actually ranked number 16 on IGN's top 100 villain list. I get why people are excited. I understand it because he's The Rock. But once you look a little deeper, I think that it doesn't hold up. I think once you think about it for more than 10 minutes, you start to think, damn, this might be really, really bad. Not just generic. It might be bad.
Okay. So
I forgot to share the audio. Oh, vent for a little bit, nerd man. I lost my video. What are your final thoughts?
I was going to say that, first of all, give us a high five, smash that like button, help us with the algorithm out there. And then secondly, next week we're going to be doing our next episode of Hot Takes Tuesdays on my channel, hosted on my channel. And we are going to be discussing a little bit of Game of Thrones. So if there's any Game of Thrones heads out there, our next week hot take is going to be on Game of Thrones. We will not tell you what my hot take on Game of Thrones is going to be yet, but it's going to be a doozy.
And I vehemently disagree with him, and I think it's going to be a fantastic conversation.
And for anybody who thinks The Flash runs badly in Zack Snyder's Flash movies, we leave you
and
this beautiful scene.
Yes, if you missed this at the beginning of the video, just please enjoy.
Oh, it paused through the.
Oh, pause it.
The best bit.
Oh, what's up?
It paused through the best bit. Anyway, thanks so much. You want to close it out?
Yeah, thanks, man. So this was fun. Superwise is optimistic. I know some people are, but I had a fun conversation, man. I'm glad that we kind of understood where each other was coming from, and I could kind of almost convince you that I was right, man. That makes me feel good. And
well, it wasn't that hard with this one, to be honest.
But guys, seriously, subscribe to the Nerd Man at Hot Takes Tuesdays. This whole video idea was his idea. Subscribe to him. He needs more traction. Subscribe to me. Like our videos. Dislike them. I don't care. Do whatever you want with your life. But it'd be awesome if you subscribed. And I mean, the most important thing was, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What are your last thoughts, Nerd Man?
Comments, man. We love the comments as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, my last thoughts are, see you on the flip side. Love you 3000. Peace.
Until next time, guys. Peace.